infected lymph nodes, only to find out that January that it had spread to my liver too. In May of that year, I had my liver resected and my gallbladder removed. And then 12 cycles of chemo, that meant that I would wear a pump for 46 hours of continuous chemotherapy. This was very tough. It lasted through September of that year when I got the all clear. I never would have made it through that session without the help of the people from Jordan Hospital who got me through that in the chemo session there. The nurses there were very unbelievable, and they got me through this, and something that is just the most traumatic experience of my life. Cancer itself changed the way I looked at things. It gave me a better perspective. I worked long hours before and missed a lot of things in my life. After receiving the diagnosis, it changed me a little bit. The little things that were around you mean more. During the diagnosis, my son's prom and my daughter's graduation were there, and I worried that I wasn't going to be there to see that for them. I made it through that. I managed to see my son graduate, my daughter graduate, my other son graduate, and took perspective in my life to see what was important and what wasn't. It didn't try to have self-pity on myself because two of my children, both learning disabled, and I watched them battle every day to try to get ahead. But those couple of years where the diagnosis was clear, I took cause and enjoyed things. I watched my oldest son and his fiance move down to South Carolina to rescue the daughter. They went to South Carolina to rescue a baby that was born to her sister that was addicted to drugs. Most people would have run away. Those two gave up everything in their life to go down and take care of her and bring her home. Now I call her my granddaughter, Alex. During this time, they also gave me the best gift of all. They gave me my first grandson, John Jr., who to this day is my angel and gets me through every single day. July 2012, I had what I thought was another battle of kidney stones, only to find out that the cancer had reoccurred again. This time, the diagnosis was terminal, and as I continued to battle through this, I decided to go through the aggressive route of taking some more chemotherapy. I took 5 sessions of full Fox chemo, again, same aggressive type, where I wear a pump for 46 hours of continuous infusion of chemo. But again, had some reactions to it. I took a risk of taking radiation with the hope that they could eliminate the cancer at the cause and buy me more time. Because time at this stage is the most important part of any cancer patient. Little things matter more when you're around them. I tried to keep working through all of this, and I managed to try. The radiation became very difficult for me. 22 cycles of radiation. I couldn't work any longer, and it was destroying me because my whole life, my father raised me that if you could get up to go to work, you could put your shoes on in the morning and you went to work. Your job is to raise and take care of your family. During this time, the bills were becoming very hard for me. I didn't know where to turn. Kathy Borsman, the social worker at Jordan, came in to talk to me one day and asked me to fill out paperwork. She told me that the foundations are out there that would help me. But again, I was very skeptical because I've never asked for any help from anybody in my life. I tried to do things on my own and take care of my own debt. She again asked me to submit the paperwork and talk to me about Joe Andruzzi. She didn't have to say much. As you can see, I'm a big guy and I'm a huge Patriots fan. They're in my blood. When my sons were born, they were both born with footballs in their incubators. And my grandson, as soon as he was old enough, was wearing a Patriots jersey. I knew a lot about Joe Andruzzi. I respected his play as a Patriot, but more importantly, as a cancer patient, I respected this battle. It only reinforced what I saw during the marathon bombing, when I saw him carrying people out with no cause for himself, but only for people, and showing me what type of character man that he is. I filled those paperwork out, and within 10 days I got a check to help pay for my mortgage. I can't tell you the burden that was lifted off my shoulder. But more importantly, as a very prideful man, there was no back and forth, there was no pressure, there was just a check in the mail. I followed it up with a thank you, not knowing that I would say anything, just to really appreciate everything that they did. And the next day I got an email back saying it was their pleasure to help me, and if I needed any other help, to let them know. Although the radiation did not help, I'm back on more forms of chemo and continue to battle this. Cancer will beat me. It may take me, but it'll never beat me. I'm too strong, and I have too much love for my family to let it beat me. In many ways, cancer changed my perspective on life, and the Andruzzi Foundation was a good cause for this. I learned that I could reach out and I could trust people, and that other people do really care, and there is no other ulterior motive except the fact that they really care. And hearing Joe speak tonight, he's right. The burden is tough. Cancer doesn't just affect the patient, it affects the family. Every day I have to look at my family and think I failed them because I can't beat this disease, and they need my help. But knowing people like Joe and what he's done to be able to help us, I can never repay that. As you can imagine, there are many other families out there who need your help. I ask you to look inside your hearts and to donate what you can. Thank you.